Hey everybody, this is Paul doing an impromptu video. It is February 16th, 6:43 p.m. Central Time. I just decided to do a quick video after Doordash posted their latest profits. So I wanted to kind of go over some things that I'm seeing on Twitter from people that would love nothing more than for this stock to basically go down to zero so that they can make money. And they're trying to figure out, they're saying, well, this business model's broken, it doesn't make any money, they're moving money from here to there, and they're doing different things. So what I want to do is, I've done different DoorDash videos before, but what I want to do is do this video for more of how I think the business model is broken and how it can very easily be fixed from what I see. So you can kind of see my history on different DoorDash videos I've done. So I'm up to probably 2,600 deliveries right now with DoorDash. I've had Top Dasher ever since the day I started doing DoorDash. This is my DoorDash history right here. You can see, and this is my current DoorDash. So what I want to go over is two or maybe two or three things that could easily fix DoorDash right now. So what a lot of stockholders don't understand is the reason why DoorDash takes losses. So what you're looking at here is this is a screenshot that I literally just took, and this is DoorDash in South Louisiana right now. From December 1st up until about January 10th, you could tell very clearly that the consumer was very, very, very stressed. The zones were just gray, everything was dead. Every restaurant that I went to seemed kind of slower, and it went from about December 1st until January 10th. But whenever you went to the malls were packed. And now clearly that's shown up in the different earnings and whatnot of the different places. So, you know, is it a dying model? What's going on? Well, here's what's going on. Everybody's got their tax returns now. You can very clearly see right around the January 10th or so, or maybe like a little bit after that, in that kind of area, all of my orders started being to people that don't have kids that were single that you can tell kind of probably filed their tax returns right away. Or they got different bills out of the way. Now that we're kind of closer to the area where people with kids can file and get their advance returns, I'm starting to see very much pickup. Now this is affected by Mardi Gras in this area and whatnot, but it's been like this since about January 10th. It's been a very clear pickup. And you can see kind of in my profits, if I go back to last year, you can kind of see during December it kind of fell off. And that's also because you have more drivers in also because kids are off. And then also you can kind of see at the beginning of the year it was dead, dead, dead. And then all of a sudden it just kind of picked up per mile how much I'm making. So I see that DoorDash marks up their products by quite a lot. Now, what's one way that DoorDash can very easily, very, very easily fix this? They don't tell stockholders the amount of fraud that's occurring in their system because they don't have a way of tracking it. So, the first thing that they need to do at DoorDash, and this is the number one thing that they need to do, and drivers have been screaming at them forever. You have different options on how you can drop off an order. You can say hand to me or you can say leave at door. When you do hand to me with Uber, you have to put in a PIN number to get that order. You have to physically put in a PIN number that only the customer knows to get that order out of the driver's hand. DoorDash doesn't do that. You can hand an order to a customer, be on their property where the GPS shows you on their property. And I've complained about this in previous videos because I've gotten contract violations for this before. You can be on that property, hand that order to that customer, and I apologize, I have my kids in the background, but you can have a customer then literally tap on the app and say that they never received the order, and the driver is the one who gets penalized, and the driver has no recourse. The customer support is in India and they don't give a damn. And the customer support in India is the exact same people that you call whenever you call Chase Sapphire, also, by the way. Because we've had that same customer support, who most of them are pretty nice, whenever they're texting back and forth on the mobile app, say thank you for calling Chase Sapphire in their messages when they're talking to DoorDash reps. I've had them say it to me over the phone whenever you talk to them. Some of them are just taking calls and they're taking different things from different people. So the customer service in India don't give a damn what's going on with DoorDash. It's just another client to them. So that's the first thing that you need to fix. Get PIN numbers so that you can start tracking the amount of customers that you have that will straight up lie. I've seen reports and I've seen people report on the DoorDash forums that customers will that you have to like check their ID for alcohol will still then try and turn around and say that they didn't get the order afterwards. Certain customers need to be deactivated off this platform and IP banned and address banned and whatever you got to do because they're straight up, they know how to scam the system. And there's TikTok videos that tell people how to do it, and we've seen it before. So that's the first thing I would do. Is I would do a PIN number on hand to me orders. You have to. You have to start tracking the fraud in the system. I would also put in a back end thing that allows you to ban addresses that are constantly making fake accounts so they can scam systems. Restaurants are starting to get to the point where they're putting up signs in there that say, if the order isn't delivered, we're calling the police on the driver. That's how serious this is starting to get. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, and I'm going to explain this to stockholders who clearly are not being told this information. There's a new option that's been added into the app, and it says you can have your preferences. Now, this is kind of like a beta test, and I think it rolled out to me. But what this is you can basically turn off and on. If you only want to get deliveries, you can only get deliveries. If you only want to get shop and deliver, you can get shop and deliver. And by the way, Uber isn't doing shop and deliver. DoorDash is doing shop and deliver, and they're doing it for pretty much everybody. GameStop, Big Lots, Winn-Dixie, every location. Like when you have DoorDash for like food delivery, you're getting your food way faster. Everybody reports that. Now, here's something that stockholders don't know. Every order typically either starts at this amount or they start at that amount as the base pay. Over the years, they've actually lowered it to these amounts, depending on how high demand the area is. Now, DoorDash can do promotional pay to get drivers to try and take orders. So like if an area is very busy or something like that, they'll put an extra dollar on the order. So what happens is there are people out there that even if this is $2.25 for 0.1 miles, they refuse to take it. They're not taking it, and they call it no tip, no trip. These orders get sent to those people. So what happens is when that person declines, now all of a sudden, this order costs DoorDash $2.50. And then it gets sent to the next person, and now you're up to $2.75. Now you're up to $3. Now you're up to $3.25. Now you're up to $3.50. And there are some people that will reject these orders if they're in the area until it gets up to $7 for 1 mile. And it's the same thing whenever it's this type of area, $2.75. So the easiest way to fix this problem for DoorDash, for the love of God, you added this. Give people the option to say how much they're willing to accept per mile. So if you can see here, I'm normally willing to accept between $1.02 and $1.50 or higher, basically, per mile in my area because I drive a Prius. I don't use this to pay my rent. Put an option in here that allows you to say what gets sent to your phone. Because there are people out there that no matter what you send to their phone, they refuse to accept orders unless it is literally $2 per mile and $7 or higher per order. They will not touch it. You are wasting money. You're wasting everybody's time by sending these people these orders. They are called cherry pickers for a reason. They will not accept orders unless they are over a certain amount. Meanwhile, if you send Paul a $5.25 for 1 mile or something like that, I'm taking it. Because I will take this money and I will invest it over here and turn it into more money. And I don't have to use this money for rent. And my livelihood doesn't depend on this. I do this for fun. And I'm sure cherry pickers will love to like lecture me in the comment section about maintenance on my car. But this is kind of where we're at. And stockholders don't know this. They don't know that this is going on. Nobody explains this to the stockholders of DoorDash, or else the stockholders would lose their damn minds. Because if it is a ridiculously slow day, and I know a restaurant is ridiculously quick, I will take that 350 for 1 mile or whatever, especially if it's taking me in a direction I was going to drive to for free anyways. There's certain restaurants I know I can walk in, especially McDonald's, walk in and walk out with the order normally and drop it off at the guy's house, and there you go. There needs to be a way that cherry pickers have more power to steer what orders go to them. If somebody have it say, put an option on this Dasher preferences right here that says minimum amount I will take for an order. Type in an amount, 7. Every order that's under 7 does not get sent to you. There you go. Problem solved. And you can leave it blank. I'll probably leave it blank because I normally get stuff that's because I'm top dasher, so they normally only send me stuff that's over $1 per mile. But give cherry pickers a way of screening out these orders because you are literally costing yourself money. It's that simple. Those are two things that DoorDash can do immediately that I promise you will probably save them millions. They need to track the amount of fraud that's occurring in their system and stop blaming their drivers when we have no power over this. So what I do is every order that's a hand to me, this is what I'm literally forced to do. Have your hand on the order. Black, white, purple, brown, I don't care what color you are. Every person that is a hand to me is this. I used to take a picture of the order in front of the person's house. I don't do that no more because when that person said that they didn't get the order, even though I handed them the order, that person said they didn't get the order. That person got compensated the entire $16 that the pizza cost. And the shareholders are not told this. And they would riot if they knew this. So what I want to happen here is I want changes at DoorDash because guess what? You can't keep losing money and rates are going higher than 5%. So you can't keep losing money. So you guys have to make fundamental changes and you can't just fire every single person that works for you. So you need to start listening to your drivers when they're telling you what you want. Give us PIN numbers and give us a way so that cherry pickers have the ability to screen orders and say, I don't want to take any order that's under $7 per mile or $7 per order. Boom, there you go. Preferences right here. You have the screen. Put it right there. Type in the amount. Put a little drop down, whatever you want to call it. I refuse minimum amount per order. Put it right there. Put a drop down that says $7 per order. You will save so much money because none of this will happen. If it's a really slow day and it's 225 for like 0.5 miles or whatever and I'm headed home, I'll probably take the order. And guess how much money DoorDash just saved? All of this. So a 225 order that turns into this, I'm not lying, it literally turns into this, especially if you don't have enough people logged in. It's just the same 3 people, 5 people bouncing orders around until you get to this right here, until you get to like $7 per zero point 0.5 miles or something. The people won't even get out their car. But that's what you have to do. That would make everybody happier. So those are two things that you can immediately do. Just the biggest thing is you just have to start with the basics to address the fraud and give cherry pickers, like as they call themselves, more abilities to screen orders. That's my 2 recommendations for right now. If you have any questions, just let me know what you think, and y'all have a nice day. Thank you.